This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Mall of America's mystery cards are back. We're bringing them to you all summer long. Come grab yours at KFAN events throughout the summer, wherever you see our street team, that is. Then make sure to go to Mall of America for fun prizes and big discounts when you redeem those mystery cards. Full list of events, KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Second hour, 9 to noon. Mr. Harmon at 8 under shoots a 65 today at Royal Portrush. Your guy, and by your guy I mean Alec Lewis, the athletics guy. Justin Rose, he's at 2 under. You're in the Power Trip golf bet.
I am. It was the first time, and I got like the 12th pick or something. So what am I supposed to do?
Well, I was always curious when I was looking into this yesterday, as the first round was already underway when I filled in yesterday. Going back the last 25 tournaments, I like your idea, finding somebody from over there. You're thinking kind of like home turf, like they're going to show up, right? Like Rory's won. I think Shane Lowry, the Irishman, he won the last time it was at Portrush, 2019. Brendan Clark, Paul Lowry, you go back. Only 6 of the last 25, though, have actually come from that area.
Interesting.
You got a couple of South Africans. I think Ernie Els is in the mix, maybe Louis Oosthuizen. And then, of course, Tiger did his damage. I think lefties won 1 or 2 there, et cetera. But I don't know why I'm so surprised, and just like links golf, just as a hack like me, that if I shoot a 93, like I'm buying the clubhouse drinks, that's the type of golfer I am. The idea that links golf, it's like this different thing. It's like the triple option, having to prepare for something you never see. And apparently the home field advantage, the home course advantage, doesn't play that well in terms of the Open.
I didn't really know that. It was for me, I got to that pick for the golf bet, and it was McIntyre or Justin Rose. I was trying to go down the board. But yeah, I'm glad how they invited me into this bet and then just have me throw $100 in for just a late round pick. I had no chance.
Were you like the 13th or 4th?
Yeah. Just totally down and Sauce was second. No, it's not fair. It felt scripted. I'm not going to lie. It really did. It was like, Alec, you want to join the golf bet and toss me 100? I was like, what? Okay.
The money's gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
The money's gone.
At least my guy's making the cut. I think that would have cost me something.
It cost you like $25 maybe or something like that. Yeah. Now, if somebody's player wins, though, that 100. Did they do the bit where it jumps to 200?
I think so.
Oof.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Could be tough.
Good.
Gonna have to do a lot of Vikings writing to cover this.
Good luck. I had a couple of talkers that I wanted to throw past you, and we will. We got another hour. We'll get to it for sure. But into break, you were talking something specific. The guy we didn't talk about the entire opening hour, a quarterback that showed a lot of promise. There was a Raiders game that led to people in the preseason thinking, maybe the kid plays week 1. What about it? Then there's this obscure knee thing that kind of pops up. He doesn't go to the joints in Cleveland, and we find out that he's on the shelf, but he's back. I can't wait for your first X post, by the way. When are you going to do it? We're back. When is that going to happen?
Probably Tuesday with the press conference. Yeah. We're back.
We're back.
Here's
your trademark. You're going to be in the front row.
Left.
To the left.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Always front left.
When PA and I do the shows at TCO, the TV in the radio studio will flip to kind of the standard press room cam. And there's no sound or I could pump it up if I wanted to, but all of you meet and you guys all kind of have, it's not like your name tag's there.
No, there's no assigned seats, but we
have our routines.
Yeah.
Right? It'd be weird for you to suddenly sit front center or back row. Where was Chris Thomason's spot when he was?
He was front and center.
Oh, of course he was.
I mean, he was ready to rock. You got questions to ask. That's how it works. No, here's what I want to throw you.
Yes.
So I've got this
JJ McCarthy related.
Right before training camp every year, since I've covered this team, I've done this fan survey at The Athletic, where I just like getting a feel for where fans' minds are at.
Absolutely.
And we've got I asked a ton of questions, and we've gotten over 3,000 responses. So it's been great. But one of the questions I asked was, which do you think is the most realistic expectation for J.J. McCarthy in 2025?
Ooh.
And I'm gonna read you what I offered as potential responses.
So what were the options? Yeah.
Okay. Throws for 2,500 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 15 picks.
Okay.
Throws for 3,000 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 13 picks. Throws for 3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 12 picks.
Okay.
Throws for 4K, 25 touchdowns, and 14 picks. And I've got the responses so far. And so how would you answer that?
Okay.
And the people in the car can play along.
People in the car, yeah, pick it. So we're going 25, 3, 35, or 4.
Exactly.
In terms of thousands of yards. And then we're just, I don't want to say you were arbitrarily picking numbers.
I was.
But kind of at the low end, he's 50-50, and we're getting out alive. At the high end, he's making some mistakes with the 14 picks, I think is what you put it at.
Yeah.
But you can say with the 25 TDs and the 4,000 yards, he's well outperformed maybe some of those technically rookie mistakes.
If J.J. McCarthy throws for 4,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions.
Wow, we're a 13-win team.
I mean, this is good. The KFAN numbers are going to be.
We are we still 9 to noon, Brett? Is that our time slot?
I believe so.
Okay, we're still optimistic here. We're still trying to figure out how our team wins on a week-to-week basis. In fairness, I would limp into the 3,500, and I forget what it was at 17 and 13, or it was 20 touchdowns
20 and 12.
20 and 12. So the way that I see this, and this is just me sitting in my armchair, or in this case, like a $400 office chair that we abuse on a daily basis here in the studio. I don't understand how this team can exist without a quarterback throwing for, at a minimum, 3,500 yards. And all the expectations, or in this time slot, optimism around what a running game will look like and how we can use Jordan Mason to keep some tread on the tires for the long haul of a season with Aaron Jones, two-headed beast, the inside attack. We upgrade the O-line, all of those things. And I've been begging for it. I've been begging for a run game. Can we just convert a third and short on the ground, please? The head coach, not because of me, but I think we saw some similar things. Again, this offseason was so cool because it was one of those rare moments where every single fan was like, are you kidding me with this O-line coach? And the coach goes into the offseason going,
Keith Carter,
are you kidding me with this O-line, Kwesi? And Kwesi's like,
oh, you're talking about Chris Cooper.
Well, no, it's not about down in the coach. It's about we needed to improve talent-wise. I think Chris Cooper's done a terrific job with what he has there.
Yeah, he's been.
No. There's not a coaching thing. I just mean for once in a very rare, in a long time, in a rare occasion, the Rubes are right. The Rubes actually, without any inside information and just being emotional, ticket buying, merch wearing fans that they are, that make this game the beautiful thing that it is. From the tailgates to the front row seats of the stadium, everyone's like, love you, Garrett. It's not going to work anymore. Dalton Reisner, sorry, bud. Love it's an enigmatic personality. Ain't going to work. And so everybody saw that. The coach saw it, and we upgraded it. So the run game has to be better, and everyone agrees with that. With that said, 3,500 feels like the absolute floor in this rookie year. And that's, I think, truly, like, I don't understand how it could be less than that, because that means that we turn into the Ravens Midwest, effectively, at least by the standards that Kevin O'Connell has set through his time in Minnesota. So I'm going with the 3,500 yards.
So here's what I'll tell you. I've got the responses right here.
Okay.
That is the most frequent answer.
Okay.
51% of the people have answered this.
Well, that's boring. Should have picked a different one.
Yeah. Well, and then, 36% said the 3,000, 17 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. And then you got this 7.5%, this small little part of the pie chart where they say 4,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions, and they are ready to rock.
I just changed my vote. I just changed it. It's I want all the yards. Yes. Air it out, baby. Air it out. Yards after catch, the whole thing. Get kids in space and let them rock, because they're actually going to have to respect the run game now. And once Addison gets back, and in the meantime, it'll be fastest guy on the planet, Jalen Naylor, who changed his jersey number. You're pumped about that. It's going to be yards all day. But I do honestly believe, I think 3,500-ish yards is probably the floor if this offense is going to be executed competently over the course of 17 games. But the 10 plus picks. And I see this, Chris texted in.
Yeah, maybe that irks some people. With
JJ's style of play, if he throws 10 plus picks, the Vikes are in big trouble. I actually disagree with that. I disagree with it from the standpoint. Now, yeah, certainly if the Vikings defense does not create, 33, 34 turnovers a year ago. So I understand from a turnover standpoint, but you also had, let's just take a look back and refresh our memory here. From an offensive standpoint, where was Darnold? Darnold threw 12. Darnold threw 12 picks, including, we tried everything we could to lose that Jacksonville game.
My goodness.
And by nature of their impotence, and we had some kicking, was that Parker Romo that game?
That was Parker Romo.
Kicked 3 or 4 field goals?
Yeah, I think
he actually won a game for us.
After one of them, he did like the Western Saloon where he put his fingers in blew the gun afterwards. I'm like, hey, Parker Romo, where's this guy? What is this guy doing?
With the way he was kicking, though, would you want to go back 10 paces with that kid?
I wouldn't want to go anywhere.
He won his games.
I wouldn't want to go with anyone back to Jacksonville. Tell you that.
Well, yeah. Let's make it a short stay. There's no doubt about that.
An atrocious place.
Well, and that's why Shad Khan plays in London every single year.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Take the yacht elsewhere.
Oh, how about that? Yeah, Khan's got it good.
No, but the interception.
I think it's very realistic, and I think there are a couple of things that stem from it. I think that you look over the course of a year, 10, 12 picks. You look at that number. And you're thinking, Brett's sitting over there. He's going, hey, when I had number 12 playing in Green Bay,
wasn't bad life.
This guy was throwing 40 touchdowns and had 4 picks the entire freaking season. That's the essence of greatness. Okay, well, JJ's got some room to grow. But I think, is it a product? And this is what we'll dig into in camp. And the fun part about doing this today is we're going to get to talk about this a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, and we'll actually get a preseason game and all of that. So this will come up again. It'll be kind of the same way that we talk about training camp practice, will be the way that we view these picks and games. Is it a blatant mistake where Addison's got his hands up old school Randy Moss style with 40 yards of fresh space and fresh cut sod in front of him, easy touchdown, and JJ locks in on a double covered TJ on a quick out because that was supposedly the pre-snap hot read, and he throws a pick off a deflection? Okay, well, that's a huge L.
Right.
And that'll be talked about on Fan Line. Excited to do Fan Line with Ron Johnson, by the way, who will be in studio with me on Monday, and we'll talk more Vikings football then. So each interception is like a snowflake. It's got its own story. It's got its own shape and size and the whole thing. So I think the way that you look at those things is I believe he will have double-digit picks. Now, are some of them are going to be mistakes. Some of them are going to be kids feeling his oats. Kid's feeling good about himself.
Yeah, he's revved up.
He just threw an unbelievable needle-threading throw to JJ, like the touchdown that Sam had somewhat desperately as he was scrambling, getting up in the pocket and found JJ for 39 at Seattle. He'll have that kind of touchdown. And then he'll probably throw one over the middle thinking, I just get it whenever I want it all day, like we're back in Ann Arbor.
Greedy.
Except in the NFL, little 3-safety decoy look, and suddenly it could be Kirby Joseph headed the other way. You know what I mean? So I think, so he's going to have mistakes by aggression. He's going to have mistakes by misreads. I don't look, if he has 12 or 14 touchdowns, I think we have to analyze them, but I think that's incredibly realistic. And that is not that is then not a harbinger of failure for the team. I don't look at it like that. But I think the floor is 3,500 yards. And now I'm joining the 7%. 4K, baby. It's JJ season. Let's go. And he is probably going to eclipse that 20, 25-ish, maybe passing touchdown. Unless suddenly, again, inside the 5, we just start running it all day and we have a ton of rushing TDs, something this team hasn't had in several seasons. But I think we can say double-digit picks. We can be realistic about a kid learning his way in the NFL and still say that this kid is going to be good, that this kid is going to get it, and that Kevin O'Connell is going to put him in spots to make great decisions.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's the interception number doesn't. The final interception tally doesn't tell the story of what how it looks. I mean, but you just go last year, like Baker Mayfield, 16 picks, Jared Goff, 12 picks, Geno Smith, 15 picks. You said it. Darnold had 12, Mahomes had 11, Purdy had 12, Bo Nix had 12, CJ Stroud had 12. So, I mean, if he's hovering in that area of the 13 or like, you could definitely feel okay about it. And that's where, to your point, like that's where I am with it is if it's 3rd and 8 and you got to make a play because you're trailing by a touchdown, he throws a pick, like you can live with that. If it's 1st and 10 and it's putting the ball into the tight window, into harm's way, I mean, that's where it's going to be. That's where it would be tough. But I'm with you, and I've talked to people to where I feel confident saying this. They are going to put him in as optimal situations on those early downs to where he doesn't have to be the hero in those situations. Right. And that's not like I can just hear the fans of like, they're not letting him. It's not a referendum at all on what he is or what he can be. It's just smart operation with the guy who is 22 years old, coming back from the torn meniscus, progressing in this league. That's just what makes Kevin O'Connell as sharp as he is as an offensive mind. So it's interesting. But to hear that you think 3,500 like has to be the floor, it's an interesting data point for me.
I'm trying to already talk my way out of that because the only thing I think where I'm being too optimistic is what you just said, is how many situations in which, are we going to we have the potential for a 4-play drive with a massive strike. And the shorter drives, big yards, big TDs, that's dependent upon explosive plays, getting in somebody's hands, the yards after catch, the things you talked about. But how much specifically early on, whether it's, you can call it handcuffs or, training wheels or however you want to frame it up, not to belittle it, but what he's doing might be a little more simplistic and of the getting out alive variety, protecting the football, extending drives. We are going to win potentially uglier, lower scoring games, maybe earlier on in the season before the entire playbook, cliched style as it is, before the entire playbook is available and opened up to the kids. So maybe that limits or inhibits his ability to cross some of those statistical thresholds that you laid out there, which I think the numbers, the way you framed it up is terrific.
I appreciate
it. It will be, and I do believe in this offense, maybe at full speed, I'll say, the floor should be 3,500 yards. How they handle it with him early, right out of the gates on a Monday night, prime time against Caleb and of course Ben Johnson and the Bears at Soldier Field. Is he going to? Would that be the moment where you're like, you can't chalk JJ up for anything. You can't just say that's going to be a 300-yard game, right? So. Maybe there's some slower statistical numbers that are crossed early on, and that would be for me the only reason that he can't eclipse at least 3,500 yards. Is KO's just like, I want to win games, I want to try running the hell out of the ball. I don't want the kid. I don't want to put him in a spot where he throws 4 picks. I don't want to do that. So we're going to chill on certain things, specifically in September, and maybe we get unleashed around Halloween, that sort of thing. But that's the only thing I could see that would limit, that 3,500-yard line from being crossed almost easily, I feel like, with how this offense runs.
Yeah, I mean, they've thrown for 4,000 yards all 3 years that Kevin O'Connell's been here with the array of quarterbacks that they've had, from Josh Dobbs and
Dobbs to
Jaron Hall to Nick Mullins, obviously. So it's a very sensible thought. The other aspect
of Nick Mullins padding those stats, huh?
Nick Mullins, I mean. Yeah, man,
get you 2 touchdowns. He'll get them 2 picks. I mean, it's a smorgasbord for everybody.
But the other, benefit of running the ball early, successfully, and a lot, is you keep the defense fresher, a defense that is older, like over the course of a season where you want to play deep into the playoffs.
Right.
There's a benefit to that. But for JJ, I mean, I think you're going to get your, bootleg out of the pocket, trying to make something happen.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get your, try to, fit this tight window. Like, he's a confident kid, but he's also, that the other aspect, and I keep saying this, but I've had all these conversations this offseason. Like, this is a guy who is not going to have the ego of like wanting to make the play. He's going to want to win. I think that's why it's going to be easy for not only the fans, but also the people internally, the offensive line, all of those kind of, segments of the locker room to buy in, because he's going to be willing to play whatever style is necessary on that Sunday for the team to get it done. The more I've thought about this, the more, initially I thought probably Jordan Mason is the most underrated signing of this offseason.
Absolutely,
But Ryan Kelly, I'm not sure if we recognize the amount of responsibility he's going to have on his plate, the amount that he's going to help JJ, be a voice at the line of scrimmage. Like, those are those pre-snap moments that you'll never see of him getting the line right. And all of those, canning certain plays and giving JJ cues. Like, not that Garrett Bradbury couldn't have assisted in that, but you just have so much faith in what Ryan Kelly can do there that I think when you're talking about the floor for JJ, like, that's probably why you can even be more optimistic.
Let me ask you a potentially dumb question, and then we'll pause. Would you handcuff J.J. McCarthy's production to what Bo Nix is doing or did his first season in Denver? And he had 3,700 yards, nearly 30 TDs. He had 12 picks in his first season. But in terms of what I want to see out of J.J. McCarthy, I don't think it's completely fair, given that he had to sit on the shelf for a year. But kind of, if you're trying to frame up what you want to see, again, an offense that loves throwing the ball and an offense that, until proven otherwise, ain't scoring on the ground inside the 5, and the opportunity to potentially move the pocket, get J.J. McCarthy moving, but you have a season in which Sean Payton, and it's tough to praise a guy in this neck of the woods if it's Sean Payton in particular, but what he did with Bo Nix his first season was nothing short of fantastic, and the chance to build on that is something that Broncos fans are really excited about.
Yeah, to me, it's just not.
And it's the age thing again, too, by the way. He's 25 and JJ's a lot younger.
Well, here's what I'm going to say. Bo Nix in college threw 1,900 passes. J.J. McCarthy in college threw 700 passes.
So we're blaming Blake Corum now, aren't we?
No, no, it's not a blame on anybody. It's just the facts of the matter are, you talk to any, and this was, we talked before I was going to come in here today, and one of the things that I am most looking forward to seeing with JJ is the processing speed on the field.
Yeah.
Now, what do I mean by that? It's not smarts. It is how quick can you see a stimulus and respond to it in real time where the pass rush is coming in 2.5 seconds. Can you see it? Can you feel it? That's one of the areas where I'm not sure if Sam Darnold excels. The offense and the infrastructure of the offense kept him in line, but JJ, I think, can go above and beyond in that area. And the more that you see, like, the more you're in the pocket. It's like, being a flight simulator. It's like being a pilot. The amount of hours you get in the air, the amount of experience you have on what you see, how you react, all of that stuff. So just from a baseline level, JJ has not experienced the amount of reps to be to get him to a certain place. So that's I think you got to be realistic about it. I just think this offense is built in such a way where, whatever the numbers look like in the end, it's not about reaching a certain yardage marker or a certain touchdown marker. That's not how it is with Kevin O'Connell. It's like each given Sunday, how do we structure this plan to where we can win this game? Whatever and however it looks, in the end, as long as you're winning games, I don't think you can hold. I'm not going to look at Bo Nix and be like, well, Bo Nix threw 29 touchdowns and 12 picks, and JJ did it. No, it's just not how I'm going to be. I don't think that's fair.
That's Alec Lewis. It's Nordo for PA. Vocal maintenance season still in play, but training camp is upon us. Rookies report on Sunday. The rest of the team on Tuesday at 9 to noon is in Eagan. TCO, Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, next Wednesday for our first of many live training camp shows. Looking forward to it. A couple more segments I'm looking forward to with Alec to finish up the 10 a.m. hour. But first, Brett has a cash-winning chance for you, the listener.
I do, and it's a great keyword for a Friday football feast. The Fan and BigDeck.com going to give you a shot to win bonus bucks for the National Cash Contest. Head to KFAN.com, and that keyword is green. The keyword is green, KFAN.com. Keyword green.
Couple of text messages here. A lot of people looking forward to your piece on Tavier Thomas, though. I just want to let you know that. Alec Lewis, the Athletic in studio. People are waiting for it. You know, I did see this, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but we asked the general manager, well, we didn't ask him, but, you know, to do more in the draft. We had more, you know, mildly, few picks, and we'll have more picks moving forward. But with the work that he did specifically in free agency, kind of feels like if you're an undrafted free agent trying to make this team, like, where are the spots? You know what I mean? And so, I'm not interested. I was jokingly when I was reaching, it's like, let's put a 50. I don't want to put a 53 together. I mean, there's not 10 position battles on this team. But so it feels kind of like a tough year for some of the undrafted cats. But I'm waiting for your piece on Ben Urasek. Do you know anything about this tight end?
Until I saw your kind of preview for this, I had no idea, and I was kind of blown away.
Well, and I think I learned it. I think I learned this from Lindsay Young, who covers the Vikings, and she was talking about a children's book she wrote. And,
Olivia the Brave.
And so Ben Urasek's dad, I think he invented the baby carrot cut. So he didn't invent the carrot. And I don't even know how you would ever
Is the baby carrot like the little shreds?
No, it's the little mini. It looks like a little smoky.
Oh, like the one you're dipping in ranch.
Yeah, the nubber.
It's when you throw the dogs. Yeah.
Do carrots still help your eyesight, or was that like debunked?
I don't know. I eat a fair amount of carrots.
Do you?
I still required LASIK.
Baby carrots?
Yeah. I mean, you look at me and you're like, that guy's a disaster. And that's mostly true. But
I never said that.
But there's not, like, we have a ton of healthy, because the other people that live in my house like eating healthy food. So I'm forced to, in most cases, actually have a mostly well-balanced diet. I eat a ton of carrots. Oh, yeah, we got, Greek yogurt and fresh produce. I haven't tried it. I live in Chaska. Here's the deal.
Fresh produce.
I can't get up to Bob's Produce. I live in Chaska. But I appreciate fresh produce, and I know Bob and company up in Fridley are doing a great job. So, but I'm not going to shop there on a regular basis.
No, I like a baby carrot in hummus, or like you got a good ranch. Absolutely.
What are your thoughts on like the hard pita chips? I forget what the brand is.
Oh, you're talking about Stacy's?
Oh, are you kidding me with those things?
Yeah, Stacy knows what she's doing.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Oh, Stacy's a queen.
You get a bag of those. The problem is I mean, I get a bag of those and they're gone.
So I think his dad in the 80s, it's either his dad or his grandfather invented the baby cut carrot.
Alex, what are you doing the last weekend before the training camp begins? I'm actually on the phone with Urasek's grandfather.
You should be. It's interesting because, you don't strike me as, maybe you're a movie buff, maybe you're not.
No.
As I get older, I wouldn't consider myself. I'm good if you want to talk about like the Die Hard movie franchise or Sigourney Weaver and the Aliens and anything James Cameron. I mean, you want to sit down and you want me to read the script to T2 for you, I can do that.
I don't, but thank you.
But his. I think his grandfather was also the uncle of Gary Lockwood. Are you familiar with 2001: A Space Odyssey?
No.
He was Dr. Frank Poole in the movie. Gary Lockwood.
You know,
so there are so many like Hollywood angles. We got innovation angles here. I mean, we're still waiting for the Blazer to turn out and Dwayne McBride.
The Wolverine berserker mode.
I'm just saying maybe Ben Urasek has a cool family story.
Well, here's what
might be worth fleshing out.
So Johnny Munn is no longer here, but I believe his family were nut farmers. So maybe as they let go of Johnny Munn and as he flew from the nest, they had to find someone else with a story. There
are already so many ambiguous buzzwords in sports and in football and all of that, but we got baby carrots and nut farmers.
I will tell you this. You're talking about, competitions for the 53. Urasek versus Bartholomew. That is a big one.
It is.
It really is. It's not something that is probably going to drive the KFAN ratings through the roof, but at The Athletic, we will cover it vehemently.
We'll pump it up and overplay it. So You got Gavin Bartholomew, the 6th rounder. Don't count out Bryson Nesbitt.
Oh, I haven't.
I want to know what his family. What's Bryson Nesbitt's family?
Look up his father. He was an NFL player.
Nesbitt.
Yeah.
So we have baby carrots. We got family affairs. We got bloodlines. Again, I'm not trying to write the stories for you. I'm just, more of an idea guy. But that's something maybe you keep in your pocket.
Yeah. I might do a Urasek 3,000 words if I can find it.
To that end, don't take my advice. You're doing just fine. Exactly what you're doing. Some text messages before we pause. Are the Vikings, and I get the sentiment. I don't agree with how it was phrased. Are the Vikings going to acquire a backup QB that can win a playoff game? Well, forget just the playoff. I mean, the playoff game in itself. This is a team that is, it's JJ season. Very pumped for Mr. McCarthy. Got to stay healthy, and he has to play well. So that's, just some simple baselines before we get to the way you framed it up with those yardage markers or season milestones. But we got Sam Howell in the deal with the Seattle Seahawks, and then the team appears to really, really like Brett Rippon in some sort of reserve role. Now, I don't know if Brett Rippon or Sam Howell will ever be what we had in Mannion. What Sean Mannion did, Copperfield is blushing with the magic that Sean Mannion was able to perform with that Microsoft Surface in the hand-holding and the tutelage and the support that he offered Kirk Cousins for those seasons that Kirk was here. Sean Mannion, a master of the Microsoft Surface on the sideline.
He knows how to pull up those images so well.
So big shoes for Mr. Howell and Mr. Rippon to fill. But the quarterback situation there, Sam Howell was a guy before he went to Seattle. It was a guy like, man, this guy can air it out a little bit. But he was very, I would say Mullins-like, that he would throw it to the other team as much as he threw it to his own. And then Rippon, very limited in terms of the sample size you get from him. You feel good overall? And hey, I get it. Maroon and gold country we are in. Max Brosmer is on.
I was going to say,
well.
Can't forget Brosmer.
And I think by all accounts, he's acquitting himself quite nicely. There's no doubt. But you feel okay with the names other than McCarthy? We're going to be all right with a backup.
One of the funniest things maybe that I've seen in my time is Sam Howell. For some reason, like in 2023 when he played for the Commanders, they aired it out. It was like they had Dan Marino.
Oh, it was almost like a college-style offense.
Eric Bieniemy was like, we've got the guy. It was like, I don't understand why that would have been the strategy, but do I feel okay about it? Do I feel like if Sam Howell has to play, they can win a playoff game? I don't know about that.
Well, again, that's why I didn't, I wasn't really in step with the premise of it. I would look at it more like, unless, you think about what Foles did. You think some lightning in bottle moments, backup QB takes a team, in late January. And that's a great thing to believe in and maybe hope for, never have to go through. But if it works out that way, awesome. Can he win a game?
Yeah.
And I think Sam Howell can win you a game and can keep you game in games. But winning in January, if you got to roll to the backup spot, I don't necessarily. Yeah. I don't think any team loves their chances.
But if JJ's got something with his shoulder for 3 weeks and you got to lean on this guy and you got to believe that Kevin O'Connell can piece together an offense to move. Like I'd have enough faith in that. Yeah. That's what I'd say. Okay. Now, if something terrible, tragic happens with JJ, like then you start to wonder, like, I mean, would you sniff around with the Ryan Tannehill or somebody who's really done it at a higher level than Sam? But for right now, I mean, it seems like they're pretty set with the vibe of that room.
But you know how this works. I mean, this is the town that no one cares about backup quarterbacks. It feels like more than we do. We are in our own vacuum, in our own kind of the funneled in universe. But there is that idea that before JJ McCarthy has actually taken a single snap in an NFL game, people are already wondering what the replacement plan is.
Well, I mean, it's understandable to worry or to have it in your mind.
Yeah. Like, we're not worried, though. It's just it's mid-July. Everything's good right now, right?
Sure. But, I mean, he played in one preseason game.
We got to think about it.
And then we the media, we were out there for this ominous press conference before this night practice. And it was, I mean, so, like, someone asked me the other day, do you think J.J. McCarthy will play any snaps in preseason games? And I don't have any intel on it. I haven't talked to anybody. But I said this, like, if you're worried about him getting hurt in a preseason game for a guy who has the lack of snaps that he has, I mean, you got bigger fish to fry in that regard. So, I mean, I get the tentative nature of it. He's coming off a torn meniscus and all that. But on the flip side of it, it's just a torn meniscus. It's not like the guy, I mean, it's not, a lot of guys have come back from the injury. So it's, I get it.
I get it too. Absolutely. But Sam Howell, I think we can win a game with Sam Howell if we need to.
I know they can win a game with Sam Howell.
Not in late January, maybe, but certainly during the regular season. One more pause, and then when we come back, we'll put a wrap on this thing as we continue to kind of drill down Vikings training camp, which is right on the doorstep, ladies and gentlemen. Very excited about it with rookies reporting Sunday, rest of the team on Tuesday, 9 to noon, sight on scene. We'll be there next Wednesday. Looking forward to that. But one more with Alec Lewis of The Athletic around the corner on the Fan. Final segment with Alec Lewis of The Athletic, theathletic.com. Once again, at Alec_. Someday you're going to get rid of the underscore, right?
You always get mad at that.
It's not mad per se. It's just, it's a tab. And then what am I? I'm shifting. I don't want to have to do that on my phone. I don't want to have to search for like the extra characters. I'd prefer just to say Alec Lewis and then some obscure number.
You don't need to look it up anyway. It's.
Well, I just type in Alec because I follow you.
Thank you.
There you go. If you just follow Alec, no, this is common sense here. You're right. You win again. Then it just autofills and you don't have to worry about it. But Alec Lewis, Alec_Lewis via X, the Alec Lewis Show, his Vikings centric podcast, which is available. You can watch the video streams and get all of his content via YouTube as well. The Alec Lewis Show. Is this roster complete? Any, as we look ahead to camp, we spent the summer talking about gun for hire corners. I got a text from Kyle and Isanti, for instance. Any steam on Asante Samuel Jr.? And I think he must still be out there. Is there any smoke there? And Jalen Ramsey went here, and Jair Alexander went there, and those sorts of things. For me, I think it still would possibly be, that type of thing, a gun for hire corner, but I just don't see much else happening. I kind of feel like we're about where we will be.
Yeah, I mean, the cornerback spot remains the one that that I'm watching, is what I would say. I think the next few weeks, they're going to give every opportunity to Isaiah Rodgers, Jeff Okudah, Mekhi Blackman, Dwight McGlothern. And then, in the event of an injury, they would probably act quickly. Without an injury, it's probably just an evaluation of where are we at? Do we need somebody right now?
Right.
But other than that spot, and that's what I keep coming back to. When I put together roster projection or 53, all that, it's like in years past, it's like you want to get creative with the spot because you can. Now
you want to put Urasek in
right
there.
Now, baby carrots. Now you have to be judicious with like I feel bad cutting this guy because so that's where they're at. I mean, injuries again could always sway decision making. They have the cap space that they have right now to potentially give themselves resources if they need it. But,
yeah, I would think almost. I mean, if they find a guy they like, you got to trust them, and they'll make the move.
Yeah.
So they're not leaning on me to make business decisions, but I kind of like the flexibility that they have right now, and there is some rolling the dice, but the ability to potentially roll some of that dough into 2026 and alleviate potential cap situation issues. That it sounds like at least we got contracts that with 55 void years on them, and you got to pay the piper on some of that stuff. So a little flexibility in season with the chance to potentially help out next year. I like where they're at there.
Yeah, the way they've built this thing is, they've put a lot of money into the future for guys you feel are tentpole figures of the future.
Yeah,
the Justin Jeffersons, the Christian Darrisaw's, the Jonathan Grenards, the TJ Hawkinsons. You know that if you push money into the future on those guys, their production's probably not going to decrease. They're that you can be that convicted, and so that's why they've maxed out the cap. Just knowing that they had those levers at their disposal. But yeah, I like they've done a great job of rounding this roster out, offensive line, defensive line, and now it's going to be about health, and it's going to be about teaching. It's going to be about building this team.
The teaching and learning phase is over, Alec. Now it's time to produce.
Yeah.
Teaching and learning phase was in the spring.
Well, the funny thing about training camp is you get all revved up. Man, I can't wait for Wednesday. Yeah. And then it just gets to the next. Okay, now we need pads. And then you get pads and so, all right, now when's joint practices? It just, and then
the night practice.
And then the preseason back game. Together weekend. We're all excited for back together
again weekend.
No, it will be good to be back around everybody, and the camaraderie of it is part of what makes the job fun.
Monitoring every throw from McCarthy. How about, watching individual drills with Christian Darrisaw, mentioning him, what's the timetable on his return? That'll be an oft-asked question. Once we get finality on a suspension or non-suspension of Jordan Addison, every single thing the new guys do. I mean, Isaiah Rodgers, are we going to be looking back and saying $2 and $15 million? Is this the steal of the freaking century in terms of free agency? If he turns out to be something special, that's what the next month and a half of our lives is going to be devoted to. It's kind of cool.
One guy we haven't really mentioned, Will Fries, and they spent a lot of money on him.
Yeah.
But I am making the prediction that he becomes one of the fan favorites of this team. Yeah. Knowing his story, knowing his silliness, knowing his grit, and just like, I mean, on the field, he is a bad dude.
Really?
So that would be my prediction is, offensive linemen, how popular they ever really, but I mean, Will Fries, this fan base, I would expect them to really take to this guy.
Man, that's going to be sweet. So you were at the facility yesterday, a little writer's block. So you found yourself stringing some words together, which was good. It was a productive day in Eagan. Anything fresh that listeners and readers can look forward to as camp begins?
Gonna have a story Monday on J.J. McCarthy.
On that guy?
Yeah.
Okay. People are bored talking about JJ. Aren't they?
Really they're done with it.
That's not like the biggest pivotal teeter-tottering aspect of the team.
I spent some time in Chicago with people who know him very well. Like I've said over the course of the 2 hours, done a lot of work on him, on just talking to people around him, and so it's kind of his mindset as the weight of this thing is a lot on his shoulders. So that's Monday. And then, I mean, I've got plans for stories every day next week. So this is, we're raring to go.
There we go. Thanks for hanging out with me, man.
Always fun.
I mean, this is good, not training, but of course, knocking the rust off as far as the summertime goes as you venture into a full feast schedule in the 2025 year. So
no, it was good. We hit grocery stores. We hit,
Bob's Produce.
Just
remember that, Fridley.
I got to make it up to Fridley soon. Maybe, I don't know.
Fridley's a nice community.
I made it down to Stillwater like a couple weekends ago. I thought it was great there.
Over to Stillwater.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's east.
I don't know maps, but all I do know
Stillwater's great.
I was pretty blown away. I didn't know what Stillwater was capable of.
Well, Minnesota's full of gems, and Stillwater is absolutely one of them, as are you. There's no doubt about that.
Thanks
Alec
for having
Lewis,
me.
thank you. Alec Lewis of The Athletic, theathletic.com. And when we return, final hour, Twins Geek's going to jump in studio. So it's a 2-topic Friday. We covered the football portion. The Twins are back from the break starting this evening against the Rockies. John Bonus hangs out next. It's Nordo in for PA. Final hour ahead on The Fan.